couple of days have went by since that absolute horrendous performance at Ibrox on the 2nd. How you all feel?
As we travel, if you far away, through the triumph and struggle, we're there, side by side.
Hey, all Celtic family. I hope you're all doing well out there, and I hope everybody is managing to get over that horrendous performance against Rangers at Ibrox on the 2nd. Listen, let's kick this off as we do normally. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button below. It is free to do so and really helps me grow the channel. But let's get into the game in a wee bit more depth, and let's talk more about the fan reaction, because do you think the fans are overreacting? Do you think the reaction is warranted? As far as I'm concerned, I see both sides. I'm going to be totally upfront with this one and honest. I thought that Brendan Rodgers absolutely got a few of the starting 11 completely wrong. Completely wrong. Why Rio Hatate was in there, I have no fucking idea. Simple as that. I have no idea. You go on about Engels not being well. This is why we didn't start Engels. Engels, who, by the way, had played the last 2 games prior to that and got man of the match for both. But we didn't play him because he wasn't well. Now, I came on here and I slagged off Philippe Clement not that long ago. A couple of videos before, slagging him off about not playing players because they were too tired. Now, if Engels wasn't well, that's completely fine. So don't even put him on the bench. Don't put him on the bench. He shouldn't be there. He should not be there. But if you're putting him on the bench and you see that woeful performance from Rio Hatate in the first 45, you have to hook him. There's no excuse. You have to hook him at halftime. When he goes in there at halftime, it's Rio off, Arnie in. Simple as that. There's absolutely no excuse. So I can totally get why Celtic fans, right at this point in time, let me be honest with you as well. When Brendan Rodgers came back to the club, I was not happy about it. I wasn't. I was one of them guys who wasn't happy. And I'll tell you why. Nothing to do with Brendan Rodgers and not thinking that he's the right man for the job. He had already proven he was the best man for the job. Me, like a lot of other supporters, just couldn't get over the fact, the way that he left the club. The way that the guy told everybody he was a Celtic supporter and then left us. And one of the times where we really needed him, where we were going into the Scottish Cup final and when we were going for 10 in a row, even he didn't have to stay for the 10. He just had to stay to the summer, and that would have made it a wee bit easier for some Celtic supporters to go, well, fair enough, he's moved on, that's fine. But he didn't, he left us. So when he was coming back, I am going to admit, I was not keen on it, just because I was still a bit bitter about the way that he left. Now he came back, we got the double, all was forgiven for me, I have to be honest, and it still is forgiven for me with Brendan. But Brendan needs to stand there and take responsibility for what happened there. Not all responsibility, but a lot of the blame. He got it absolutely wrong. He got it wrong. So when I'm seeing Celtic supporters in my comments on social media, some of them are being a bit harsh and saying that Brendan's all about ideas, he needs to go. Like Brendan doesn't need to leave. I think it's just a wee bit overreaction, and I completely get it because the performance was woeful. Was absolutely stinking. And he should have hooked certain players at half-time. He was happy enough to hook Austin Trusty in the League Cup final. He was happy enough to do that. Take him off and put on Liam Scales. And did it change? Was Liam Scales the factor in the League Cup final? Why we went on to win it? Was he the deciding factor in it? I don't know. Did I think Liam Scales played well in the League Cup final? I thought he'd done a pretty good job. I thought he was fine, but I didn't think Celtic as a whole were that fucking great in the final. I didn't think we played our best football, but we still found a way. But that yesterday, Liam Scales should have been hooked. Simple as that. He should have been taken off at half-time, and so should Rio Hatate. And that's on Brendan Rodgers. But listen, let's not act like them. Let's not make excuses. That's what Rangers do. They make all the excuses in the book. Celtic just clearly weren't good enough yesterday. They didn't show enough heart for me. They didn't show enough determination to get after the ball when we lose the ball, and they lost the ball a lot. We lost the ball a lot. Sloppy passes. And we lost it a lot, and they didn't show the drive, the determination, the will to get after it, to go and win it. They didn't look like they wanted to win it, whereas Rangers did. Rangers looked like that team that haven't been on form and are out to prove a point. And they won it fair and square, and they bullied us at times. Pretty much the whole game. They bullied us. But we know over the course of this season, now people are seeming to forget here, we've lost a couple of times in 2024. Like, people are going on about how Rangers are not that bad and Celtic are not as good as they think they are. Listen, Celtic have proved how good they are. We are looking to qualify into the next stage of the Champions League. That's a massive accomplishment straight away. We have done well domestically. We have already got a cup in the cabinet. We've done well. But we turned up on Thursday, on the 2nd of January, and were bullied off the park. Simple as that. Rangers deserved to win that game because Celtic were horrendous. But yes, I absolutely do agree with what some supporters are saying. And again, I don't agree that he's out of ideas and he needs to go. I think that's just an overreaction. And it's fans being upset about the performance. And I can completely get that. So Brendan Rodgers absolutely has to take some of the blame. But there was 11 men in that park that showed no heart, no fight. And that's not how Celtic play. So I listened to Brendan Rodgers' interview after the game. I actually listened to it today because yesterday I was that pissed off that I didn't want to listen to any interviews. I was that annoyed with the performance. The performance was just terrible. As I said yesterday, I can take getting beat. And the thing is, there's going to be times where we're going to get beat by Rangers. As I've said, they're the second best team in Scotland. They're going to beat us at times, and things are going to be tight. So when people are wanting to have it all their own way all the time, I'm sorry to tell you, that doesn't happen. Rangers beat us yesterday, and they're going to beat us again at some point. So you better get used to it. That's what happens. I lived through the 90s, and believe me, I remember my father apologising to me all the time that I was born in 85 and grew up through that era of the 90s. Because it was tough. And you got beat a lot. But in this day and age, we have been spoiled. We have been absolutely spoiled as Celtic supporters, and it's been amazing. It has been amazing because most of the time you do not see us get beat by Rangers. But we well and truly deserve to get beat by Rangers. And I wasn't even pissed off that we got beat by Rangers. I was pissed off with the way we got beat by Rangers. We showed no heart, and we deserved to get beat 3-0. It should have been more. It should have been more, and it could have been more, and we were lucky to get away with 3, and it's as simple as that. But listen, I don't want to dwell on it, and I don't think we should dwell on it as Celtic supporters. We've got a great team there. We didn't perform on Thursday, but we play St Mirren on Sunday, and it's time to make up for it, and there's got to be a reaction. There's got to be a reaction, and I believe that there will be a reaction. So I don't want to dwell on it too much, because there's no point. It's done now. It's out the way. But I just wanted to come on because I'd seen a lot of Celtic fans out there, and you can tell they're pissed off with the performance. They are angry with the performance, and they're angry with Brendan Rodgers because he should have hooked certain players at half-time, but he didn't. And we lost, and we get over it. It's as simple as that. We have to get over it because this is going to happen again where we get beat by Rangers. And listen, this is how they felt for a long, long time because we've had it all our own way when it's came to this fixture. there's no doubt in my mind on Sunday, playing St Mirren at home, there's going to be a big reaction. There has to be a big reaction. The players would have went in today, they would have analysed that game, and they would have seen for themselves that that was way below par. Way below par. And it looks like we've got some good news coming our way. And I know fine well you have seen this already. You've heard about this on other Celtic channels. But I am absolutely buzzing out my head to think that it's looking like Kieran Tierney is coming back to Celtic. That is a guy that plays for the jersey. It's as simple as that. There was a minority of people who really took it hard when Kieran left. A lot of us understood why Kieran left. A lot of us knew that it wasn't really all Kieran's doing. He was a massive fee came in for him, and it made sense to the club, and it made sense to him to head to Arsenal. And it's not worked out the way that he kind of planned down in Arsenal, but I'm kind of glad that it's not, because I will be absolutely buzzing if we get Kieran Tierney back at Celtic. As reported by Fabrizio Romano, I'm pretty sure you've seen it already, negotiations underway for Kieran Tierney to return to Celtic from Arsenal. Discussions are taking place. The 27-year-old fullback keen on a move. Talks continue to reach full agreement. And then he went on to say later on that day, Celtic are confident to make Kieran Tierney deal happen. Talks well underway, as exclusively revealed earlier today. So listen, it's looking like the deal with Kieran Tierney, and I am absolutely buzzing. I think having Kieran Tierney back is going to be an absolute amazing addition to Celtic. I know there's a lot of yous out there, and I completely get it, and a bit sceptical about it, because Kieran Tierney is injury prone. He was out injured a lot at Celtic, out injured a lot at Arsenal. The poor guy's had a lot of injury issues. But I think Kieran Tierney coming back to Celtic is massive, and you should all be absolutely buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. For me, Kieran is a Celtic man through and through, and he knows every time he puts on that shirt, he's playing for the badge, and that's rare these days. That is rare at any club these days. We're lucky enough to have it with, if Kieran comes back, we've got it with Cal McGregor, we've got it with Jamesy Forrest. When they put on that shirt, when that hoops go round them, they are playing for that badge. They love the club, and I, for one, am absolutely going to be buzzing if Kieran comes back. Not only that, we kind of need Kieran back because it's looking like it is. Alex Valley's going to head back to Barcelona, and it's looking like Greg Taylor's going to be out the door. He's looking like he's got 6 months left of his contract, and he's not renewed his contract. So I can't see Greg Taylor hanging about. Yesterday, I thought he was absolute mince, and he should have been hooked way earlier as well. Half time he should have came off, and Alex Valley kind of should have went on. And I'm not saying that all these changes would have made a difference. I really don't know. I don't suppose we'll ever know now. But Greg Taylor looks like a man to me now. I did say before that Greg Taylor looked like a man that looked quite happy to be at Celtic. He just needed to get this deal over the line. I don't think he is very happy to be there now. So if you don't want to be at the club, mate, that's fine, no problem. But if you don't want to be here, then you need to go. Whether it's in January, the end of this month, or whether it's in the summer. I would prefer it to be in the summer. But if a player doesn't want to be there, and they're going to put in half-arsed performances because they don't want to be there, they need to leave. Listen guys, let me know what you think in the comment section about everything that we've discussed today. Let me know what you think about the potential of Kieran Tierney coming back, and if you think that it's going to happen. It is looking likely, it's looking like it's going to happen. But I just wanted to jump on because I was looking at comments from other Celtic fans on social media, and I could see that they weren't happy, and I absolutely get it. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely get it. But I think people are getting a wee bit too carried away when they think that maybe Brendan Rodgers is all out of ideas and he needs to leave. I understand why people are upset, but I think these people, maybe, I hope they've calmed down a wee bit. Because I still believe that Brendan Rodgers is the right man, 100%. He got it wrong. Brendan got it wrong against Rangers, but since he's came in the door, he hasn't really put a foot wrong. Let's be honest, he's won as a double, and we've got the chance to win a treble this year. So give the guy a wee bit of slack. I understand that it wasn't the performance that we wanted, but again, we're not always going to have it our way against Rangers, and especially at Ibrox. But we've got to take them to Celtic Park next, and we need to make a statement then as well. And I believe that Brendan will do everything in his power to get the starting 11 right and get his team playing the way that he wants them to play against Rangers. So we give the guy a wee bit of a break because he's a great manager and we all know he is. Listen guys, that's it from me. I just wanted to jump on. I totally get where the fans are coming from, but let me know in the comment section if you are still angry at Brendan Rodgers. If you genuinely believe that Brendan is out of ideas and he should probably walk away at the end of the season. Or let me know if you did feel like that, but now you've had time to calm down and you just understand that he got that one massively wrong. But at the end of the day, you know he's a good manager. But let me know in the comment section anyway. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe below. And again, I'm going to keep plugging it there now. If you haven't downloaded the song Boys in the Green, head to all the music platforms. Any one that you're on, you will get it there. But remember to spell boys, B-H-O-Y-S, the Celtic way. Don't spell it the normal way. Spell it B-H-O-Y-S and you will definitely find it, because I know a few people haven't been finding it because we've been spelling boys the normal way. But anyway guys, for me, I'm out here. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe out there, and hail, hail Celtic family. Take it easy.